Okay, what we got next? The melody of life. All right, we already talked about that idea a little bit. Well, let's start again now. He says, music is created through the separation of good from evil, through selecting the good wind from the bad wind. All right. The word ruach in Hebrew means spirit, and it also means wind. So we want to reject the winds of gloom and despair. To play a musical instrument, which is itself a vessel containing air, one causes the air to vibrate, producing sounds. So we want to distinguish between sounds and dissonance, mere noise. Collecting together these sounds, we get good winds, we get melodies. Then he can pray and sing thanks, give thanks to God. Okay, now that's a very dense metaphor, and I'm going to take it step by step here to decode that. All right. So we want to distinguish between good winds and bad winds. For example, if I'm a musician and I go, that's how I play my trombone. I squeeze my lips together, and I force some air through those lips. That's good wind because it creates music. But if I do the same thing with my other end, then we call it a nasty old fart. You know, we say, Franklin, you're an old fart. Okay, well. So we want to distinguish between a trumpet concerto and a fart. Biologically, they're the same thing, but there's a difference. There are major differences, depending on your point of view. So thinking in terms of a theory we've been talking about, in terms of opposites and impasses and all that stuff, x minus x, we have the quote from the Friday night prayer, "B'chokhmah potech sharim." Every opposition, which means with wisdom or ideas, God opens the gates. Sharim is gates, potech is opens, b'chokhmah is ideas or wisdom. With wisdom, God opens the gates. Now let's dig into that a little bit. A gate, in this sense, dialectically speaking, any particular opposition or impasse is a gate. It's an impasse, but it's also an opportunity. If you can somehow move beyond that opposition, up a quantum level, up the spiral, to the next level. From x to x minus x, we want to move up to y, and then y minus y the next, and then up to z minus z. So in what sense physically speaking, in what sense, if we're making music, that's a physical process. In what sense is x minus x making vibrations? Well, it might be obvious to some people, but I'll spell it out. If I go back and forth between the two sides of an opposition, say me talking to my father in a Gestalt session, if I'm vibrating, I'm going back and forth from x to minus x, x to minus x, x minus x. You're this, no, I'm not. You're that, you're good, no, I'm bad. That endless yak, and any dialogue that leads gradually, little by little, to communication and relationship. That's in a sense a vibration going back and forth. That's what the lips do also, up and down, up and down. So that's in a sense, if I slow that, take a recording of that, and slow it down, we hear each beep, 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 beep. That's like each beat of a back and forth of a dialogue. And the music that comes out of that is the ultimate integration. If you want to do a little integral calculus here, just sum up all of those moments into one big stream of dialogue, of oppositions, one back and forth, of beats, and that's what we call music. So the metaphor is pretty neat, pretty deep. Another thing that's even deeper than that, with the idea of a hybrid, that in a hybrid, benzene, you can look at it as either, you can set up the double bonds in this position, or you could set them up in an opposite position. And it's hard to say whether And we can't say whether the benzene, this particular molecule, is this one or that one, so we say it's a hybrid where the two are somehow there at the same time, and it's always either or a both and, just like an electron and matter. We can't say it's electron because it's we can't see electron. We can't say it's matter because it's always the moment we zero in on it, it becomes a wave. The Heisenberg uncertainty principle. We can't be more specific than the thing we're talking about. So vague things like electrons and waves, we can label them as a hybrid structure. So that's the jargon people use these days, or at least they did when I was in college anyway. I'm sure they're using other jargon today. So we just look dialectically at the process of a dialogue. So if we have an authentic dialogue where people are actually talking to each other, contacting each other in a stream of awareness, then that's the good wind, because that dialogue is leading quantum leap after quantum leap through a series of cycles of that circle going around all the time, is leading and expanding bigger and bigger envelopes. That's leading towards an encompassing holistic experience where all these moments of awareness and communication come together into an explosion of authentic emotion, where each side of the dialogue releases the underlying energies, and the two again move up to another higher level, and it's infinite.
I see this old piece of plastic jar. No, a piece of plastic from a bottle. Maybe it was once a soda pop bottle or something that's all jagged edges and just dumped here. Okay, now what can I do with that? Whoops, there goes a motorcycle. See the motorcycle? Okay. So, I want to project onto that my relationship to my mother, which doesn't make much sense, I know that. But I don't know what's going to lead to, maybe nothing, but I'll explore it, okay? So let's say I see you over there. First I start with addressing the object. Oh, these crappy guys with the motorcycle coming here. I come here to get away from crappy people, and the crappy people follow me out here. They'll probably be back. That's bad. But I'll try to work anyway. I might have to throw this attempt out. Okay, so anyway, this plastic thing here, I'm looking at it. So I see you over there, plastic object. That's the wind, if you're getting any wind. You're green, and you have kind of what used to be a top of you, goes around, and you're jagged, dark green, and you certainly don't belong here on top of my favorite Hiborut hill in Yavniel, but somebody dumped you here. So, alright, that's addressing it. Now I become the object. Remember, I'm looking for what does God have to do, or what does Mr. H have to, what help can Mr. H give me in dealing with this mourning process? Okay, so now I'm this green plastic thing here. I've got to find a voice for myself. I'm just laying here. Just laying here, jagged, dumped, and the wind's blowing over me, and the motorcycles go driving by me, and I'm just dumped here. Of course, that gives me lots of associations. Association of mother sitting there after I went back to Israel. dumped there by me. Whether I just dumped you there, I felt I had an important mission to do, more important than waiting for you to finish your life, because you might have lived another 5 years. I didn't know that. You seemed pretty healthy at the time. And see, I'm being distracted by that noise, that buzzing of the motorcycle. I'll try to see if I can go going here. And I felt I had something important to do, but now I look back at it, I shouldn't have dumped you. Okay, so now I switch over. Oh, I'm laying here. Oh, here comes that crappy motorcycle again. I'm laying here. I'm not the kind of object that's going to decay naturally. I'll be here a long time, just laying here. To taunt you, because every time you come back here, you're going to see me now. And I'm going to remind you of the fact that you dumped me here. Dumped me there. Dumped me here in Florida. And you went off to Israel. Well, you know, we're supposed to go to Israel. We're supposed to be in Israel. Great land of Israel. Yeah, but I mean, I'm your mother. You don't just leave me here, 101 years old. You don't just leave me here. I left you with Robert. That's my brother Robert. And I was sure that my sister Barbara would come and take you and bring you to Oregon, where she has a brand new house with plenty of room. And after all, I was there 9 years with you. And I thought it was her turn. I couldn't believe that she would just sit there in Oregon and not do anything. She didn't even visit once for 7 months. Well, Franklin, I'm lying here, and I'm dying, and it's all your fault. Oh, come on, don't lay that trip on me. That's a top dog, underdog trip. You shouldn't be judging me like that. You know, I did a lot for you. The 9 years I was there. Yeah, but you took all that money. Well, it was just sitting there not being used. And I used it. Didn't take that much, because there wasn't much to take. Took a little bit, just to buy my equipment so I could work. So I think it was a fair exchange. Well, so we're getting into this impasse here. I've worked on this before. So I'm going to try using the contact and withdrawal process here. I'll just, there's an airplane, motorcycles, war going on here. How can I do my 8-ball to do it? Oh well. Mr. H, I'm going to go inside. Oops, whoops, here comes an airplane or something. I'm going to go inside, okay. Daydream. Forget about the two sides. Go into the void. You hear that crappy noise. That airplane or whatever it is going by. And I'm taking my time. Gestalt therapy is a commitment to boredom. That's one of the things that Fritz Perls said. So if you're bored, you can leave. Dun, dun, dun. Contacting body awareness. Slouched over here. Sit up better. Breathe better. There's a smoky smell in the air, like somebody's burning bushes or something.